segueing into the next part, because another Nintendo doesn't get money from Pokemon. What is it? Yellow, Crystal,
The
whatever it
emulators.
was. The emulators. Now they are right. They're coming to
Yeah.
3DS.
Not Crystal. It's red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Okay.
Nintendo has been coming out with a lot of like random news recently, and Pokemon is related to Nintendo, I guess, because Pokemon's been having a lot of news recently too because of their 20th anniversary and all the stuff that they're doing for that. But this second topic today, we're gonna try to take it and just talk about Nintendo and 2016 for Nintendo and everything that we've kind of learned and everything that we still have yet to learn about their plans, because they're trying to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So Guillermo, you know most about this, so you can probably try to inform everybody what's kind of going on.
Right, right. So if you didn't know, like, well, obviously most of you that are watching know that the president, Iwata, he died last year, and they had to appoint a new president. And the new president that they appointed is, he's not really like he's been with Nintendo a long time, like Iwata was before he was president, like, and he knows how things work there. But he's also a businessman, so like what he thinks about primarily isn't like making. Well, obviously he wants to make really good games, but he also is thinking about better ways to make money. So he said in a recent article that was somewhere online, it was like shown, it was only in Japanese, but people translated it, and it said that he was saying that he was thinking of expanding Nintendo past just making games, like, because like a lot of you know, like before Nintendo made games, they made baseball cards or like just card things, and now they're gonna start doing other things. They said like they're gonna, like, obviously a lot of you know, like they're gonna make theme parks, like over in Universal. They're gonna make a theme park over there with them, like in the coming years. And they talked about that in the article too, and they said that they also want to move into things like movies and like TV shows and like TV anime and like other types of entertainment, so they can like keep making money. Like, even though they have a lot of money, they he wants to keep Nintendo above, I guess, like keep them in the black, so
Diversify
to
the
say.
portfolio.
Right, diversify the portfolio, I guess.
Yeah, it's something really smart. They're making Nintendo into more than just a company. They're making it into kind of like an enterprise, something where you know Nintendo even if you don't know video games.
Right.
You like Nintendo is like something. I mean, that's kind of already a thing, but Nintendo is very much associated with video games, and obviously they're still going to be associated with video games, but they're trying to make themselves into more of a big like entertainment company.
Kind of.
More,
They're
I think
trying to
like I
they're
saw
trying to
some.
do like Disney.
Right, like, yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, I saw something, like some people were talking about it. They said they're kind of becoming like the Disney of video games, where they don't just do one thing; they're trying to do a lot of different things.
exactly.
Okay, so like the first thing I want to talk about with Nintendo is like the theme park, because I think we know more about the theme park thing than anything else that they said that they were doing, like with the movies and TVs and stuff. But I think the theme park thing that they're gonna do is they have to call it Nintendo Land. Come on, they have to do it.
Of course. I mean, Nintendo Land is obviously the most obvious thing.
Everyone who comes in has to get a bundle, has to get the game.
They have to get a Wii U with
You have
Nintendo
to get
Land.
a Nintendo Land bundle with it, yeah. And you have to show that you own one in order to get in the door. That's your ticket.
Yep.
As long as you own a Wii U and Nintendo Land, you get them free.
Right. Okay. But I think it's cool, like just going to a theme park, like, because you go to places like I said, like you go to Universal or you go to Disneyland, and like you see these things on TV and movies, and you're like, I can be in that world now with these characters. And I think that's awesome that they're doing that now.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting because, like, obviously, when we were kids and when even people older than us were kids, Nintendo was their childhood. So, and not necessarily for you, Chris, but for Guillermo and I, it
Yeah,
was
not for me.
basically Nintendo was our entire childhood, and for kids who are growing up now and who are going to feel the same thing if Nintendo continues to make this big enterprise of anime, movies, TV shows, everything that they're doing, they're going to become even more prevalent for kids probably. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to still target kids as their most
Like
biggest
their
audience.
target audience.
Yeah, it's like their biggest target audience. So kids are still going to be really kind of filled with this whole love for Nintendo, and if they have a theme park to go to, that's going to be like an insane amount of like potential for Nintendo to make money off of. Like you were saying before, they need to, well, not necessarily that they won't make money off of video games or whatever, but if they're going to be able to invest in making things like a theme park, that's going to not only bring joy to their fans, but also make them a lot of money. So that's a win-win situation.
Right.
And something that like I would have loved to have a Nintendo theme park when I was a kid. That would have been really awesome. And I don't really know exactly what they're going to put in there. I don't know if they've specified like exactly what kind of franchises are going to be, featured, but I could imagine obviously Mario and Zelda and probably like Metroid, kind of looking at, maybe they're even going to take the Nintendo Land video game and just turn that into real life things,
Oh yeah,
But,
kind of like where they do the like a scary mansion kind of thing with Luigi's Mansion, and then they do a game where you like shoot things with the Metroid and or like Star Fox or something. That'd
yeah,
be
and
awesome.
I would really love to see Pokemon in there as well. Pokemon would probably be one of their biggest attractions, especially if they had like a Poke Park,
Or, oh, dude, that'd be so cool. Like have a Poke
or
Park
if they
and
had
then
they had like animatronics.
dude, that'd be pretty cool. And then like
That'd
they
be
can
awesome.
integrate the Pokemon Go app thing into it. That'd be pretty
Oh
cool.
my god, yeah.
Oh yeah,
They could
that
do
would be really, really cool.
distributions with like
Yeah, that'd be
legendary Pokemon
awesome.
and Nintendo Land. That would be so cool. And then that I didn't even think about this. I don't know how this didn't come up, but like theme park, some of the theme or some of the rides at like Disneyland and whatnot, they're rides, and then they're also sometimes like interactive rides. They're like games kind of. And Nintendo making a theme park, obviously they're going to include some type of game element into it, and that's exciting. Like, what can they do to kind of bring like an actual real life event of like a roller coaster, or like go walking through like a scary mansion or something like that? How can they turn that into a really good experience that has all these like video game elements?
I think like I know, Chris, you've been to the Disney World recently at like Universal. Like, did you like you remember the Spider-Man thing, right? That experience
Yeah,
thing.
the Spider-Man 3D experience, or like the
Yeah.
Transformers one as well.
Yeah, those like I think they can do something like that with like even though I said Metroid could be done for the thing like where you go around and you like shoot things like while you're on a ride so they could get points, but they could also do like if whatever one that they use to do that, like between Metroid and Star Fox, they can use the other for making a roller coaster like an experience thing like that for the
Dude,
other one that they don't use.
imagine getting into like one of those experience rides or whatever they're called, and then you hear what's it called, Fox saying do a barrel roll, and it feels like
Dude,
you're doing a barrel roll.
that'd be
That's
amazing.
more than likely going to happen. That is
Probably.
totally
That'd
going to
be really
happen.
That has to happen.
Yeah.
They're
That's
either
so
going to do
cool.
that as an experience thing or they're going to make it like a roller coaster, like designed off the X-Wing.
That would be really awesome. Yeah, and like, a lot of the Nintendo things are just really iconic. Even just the cart that you're going to be sitting in is probably going to be extremely iconic. You're going to be in a Mario Kart, thing, or you're going to be in
Oh,
the
that'd be
X-Wing,
awesome.
or you're going to, there's all these different things that you could just, even just where you're sitting down is going to be, something that you can recognize. And that's one of the biggest things about Nintendo is like most of their franchises are icons. Like,
Right.
I mean, usually the things at like Disney and at Universal are like movie or TV show or whatever icons as well. But Nintendo is a lot more of a universal type of thing.
Like a
where,
brand, like a brand.
yeah, it's much more universal brand where kids love it, of course, but then also adults will have nostalgia for it. And if they make it like just make the rides and experiences or whatever like just really well done and really like well crafted and not too targeted for children to the point where adults could enjoy it, then I think that's gonna be like the best that they could do. Like something where I don't remember where it is. I think it's at I don't remember where it is. There's somewhere that I went once and there was like a theme park and there was this one part where it was just for kids and it was literally just like cartoon characters, but there was nothing to do. It was just kind of like a playground. So like I didn't really
You're
feel
talking
like being there.
You're talking about Six Flags,
Probably.
Toontown?
Probably think
Or
yeah.
not
Probably.
Toontown.
No.
Yeah.
I forget what it's
Tooncan.
called.
That's what it is.
But
Right,
yeah, that's probably it. Where it's like I go in there and then like of course the kids are having a good time because I mean they're playing
The
with
kids,
all these
yeah.
cartoon characters or whatever. But like, I don't really feel like I belong there.
Right.
But like Nintendo, even though it's targeted for kids for the most part, I would absolutely love to be involved in some of that stuff. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was a Nintendo fan, a giant Nintendo fan, because I'm not gonna say that I don't like them. Uh, even just like having like a kiddie place, and then having these like, but then having like these what's it called, like maybe statuettes of like Mario and stuff. People would be taking pictures. People would be in line for just taking a picture with like Yoshi and Mario and Luigi, and then like Zelda and everything. Not Zelda, but Link.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Well, Link and Zelda.
Probably. And then
Okay.
that would be a really good way to like also advertise the new games and stuff like that.
That would.
I mean, I know right now the way that they seem to be advertising all of their new games, or not all of their new games, but specifically their Fire Emblem game, seems to be through Smash DLC, because every Fire Emblem character is a Smash DLC character.
Basically.
But like, they're gonna be able to really build up hype for certain games, and even like after a game comes out. Like, I don't know how they would incorporate Smash into like a theme park thing. I don't really think that they could do it, but I mean, the people at Nintendo are really creative. They might be able to do that. But like if a game is even already out, if they want to just build like a lot of like I don't want to say like respect, but just like build this type of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like
I don't know.
character, I
what
guess.
you're looking for.
If they want to build character for a certain franchise, like Splatoon came out last year, right? And I believe summer last year.
Yeah.
And there will probably be a Splatoon 2 sometime like this year or next year. But even though that's already an established franchise, and even if there's not a game coming out, they could still have like a theme park like ride or whatever, even just like a small
just a
area
section
dedicated to
for
that. Like people will still be talking about it then. Like Splatoon will still be relevant even if it's not a new game.
Right.
Like
Okay.
it's a really good way to market things as well, and hopefully that makes them stop using Fire Emblem characters as Smash DLC.
Maybe, I don't know. Well,
Fire
speaking
Emblem
of the
game.
Fire Emblem characters, is like the other thing they talked about, the anime thing that they might do, or like movies and TV. Like, I think Fire Emblem would transition the most out of all of their characters and franchises into anime because it's Fire Emblem. I don't know. I can't really explain why, but like everyone, when they see Fire Emblem, they're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that could turn into an anime.
Well, that's because Fire Emblem is basically anime
I guess
already.
it is.
Like the thing that makes me excited about the anime thing, because I'm not really too into anime, but obviously if like a Nintendo themed anime came out, I would probably watch it. Like I watched
The
what
Palatine
is it?
trailer.
That one I watched. Well, first before we get there, like I used to watch like the that one Kirby TV show. I forget what it's
Oh,
called.
right. Yeah.
But that
I
was pretty
remember that.
funny. I watched the Sonic things, even though those aren't Nintendo. But I watched the Sonic
Yeah.
cartoons. I watched cartoons for things that
And
I
then
was
the
interested
Pokemon
in.
thing.
Obviously, watch Pokemon. Don't
Yeah.
watch tons of Pokemon.
Yeah.
But like you were saying with like the Smash trailers, that was kind of like their first, like other
That's
than
them
the
dipping their
subspace.
toes. Yeah, that's them dipping
Right,
their toes into like what they can do with anime. Like if they get a really good studio, like because like obviously I know some things about anime, and that's Studio Shaft is the one who did that, and if they can get those same people from Studio Shaft, the animators, the key animators, the director that did it, to do an anime about Smash, I think, and like base it off of what the Subspace Emissary was, that would be amazing.
So when you're saying that, are you talking about all of the Smash trailers or just the like anime?
No, just the
looking ones?
Palutena one. Just the Palutena one's the only one that
Because
was
the
done by
Palutena
Studio
one
Shaft.
looked really cool, and because that did look like an anime. But then the other thing is like, and it's kind of the same look that like Persona has with the trailer for Robin and
Right.
Lucina. Like that's a really cool style. Like
That is
that
a
could
cool
be.
style.
I'm pretty sure that's a lot harder to make than like an actual,
With
just
CG,
2D.
yeah, the CG is kind of hard to do. Like they don't really know how to do that right now in the anime universe. Like they're trying to, anime studios are trying to like figure out how to do like what Pixar does, and I guess kind of like how the other trailers are for Smash, like the cool CG looking things. They
Yeah.
can't really figure out how to do that yet.
At least not in like big, long stretches
Right.
and have it be consistent, because like those things probably cost a ton of money to make those like 2-minute trailers.
Yeah.
So like, but if something like that eventually were to come out, that would be like that would be pretty cool.
That would
Like,
be cool.
it would be pretty much like a movie, and maybe that is what they're doing when they're talking about movies, because they are talking about movies too.
Yeah.
If they were to do like full CG movies of like all these Nintendo characters, and they look like the Smash trailers, that would be like that
be
would already
awesome.
sell me.
That would. And I think most characters would like transition
Directed
better.
by Zack Snyder.
Oh gosh, directed by Zack Snyder. No. Maybe they'll do like someone like Mario v Link, Dawn of Smash Bros.
Wow.
Oh god, no.
There we go.
Never mind. Just disregard I said that. Okay. What were you gonna say, Anthony?
I was just gonna say that I think that a lot of what they have going there is already pretty good, because that it says something when you just have to hear that little like ching noise or whatever it is, like where that like Smash logo comes up, for everybody to start getting hyped and everybody just get really excited about just a trailer for a game, or not even a trailer for a game, a trailer for a character that's in
Yeah.
a game. Like those trailers were intense. They were really, really cool, and they built so much hype. And it might lose a little bit of the like shine that I guess that they had if they make like full feature movies like very often and that kind of thing. But I would still be excited at least the first few times. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
I think that would be awesome. Okay, and then
And a
the
lot of
other
their-
thing. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say a lot of their franchises do like transfer over to anime pretty well. Like you said,
Yeah.
Fire Emblem, Zelda,
I
like
think-
that one part where Link and Pit were fighting.
So like Kid
Like, both of those
Icarus,
characters-
and then like
yeah,
Legend of Zelda, they could all
yeah,
play
like
well into it.
both of those characters looked great in that style, even though they traditionally aren't.
Yeah. It's just, I guess it just depends on who they get to animate it, the studios. They just got to do it well. And then the other thing I was going to say is a while ago, last year, a few months ago, there was a thing about like rumors of Netflix going to partner with Nintendo to make a Legend of Zelda TV show.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. Yeah.
That was not a long time ago. That was like October.
Yeah, like a couple months ago, but I think that would be one of like maybe two like different franchises I can think of, maybe three, that can actually go into like live action much better than the rest could.
Yeah, I think maybe. I mean, the thing about some of Nintendo's games is that they're very bright and cartoony, and they wouldn't really work in live action. Like, you're not going to get a Mario live action thing, other than like those movies that came out or whatever, and that one
Those
TV
crappy
show.
movies.
But those aren't really representative of Mario. They're kind of their
Yeah.
own thing. But like, you take something like Legend of Zelda, that can definitely be transferred over to live action, and I feel like Metroid probably could as well, and maybe even
that's the other-
like. I mean, not that this would happen, because obviously Nintendo doesn't care about it anymore. But F-Zero even
Yeah,
can become a
those were the
live-action
two I
thing.
was thinking of.
And that would be really awesome.
Yeah. I think. What do you think the F-Zero one would be like? It'd be like Fast and the Furious, except with F-Zero, and then you just see Captain Falcon jump in the air and Falcon punch someone in the face. That'd be amazing.
And there's a lot of Corona everywhere, just like Fast and Furious.
And yeah, there's
Yep.
a lot of Corona product placement.
Sponsored by Corona.
Vin
Nintendo.
Diesel shows up. He's like, "Am I in this movie?"
Oh, man. Vin Diesel
Mind
guest
control.
stars is the voice of someone.
That'd be
Well, I guess it would be live action, so it wouldn't just be the voice; it would be him.
right. Yeah, he'd be the actual. Or they could do the thing like how he was in Guardians. He'd just be a CG character and just do the
Oh.
voice.
Yeah, and then I mean, if that were to happen, that could. Would you think that these movies and TV shows would open up like something like Marvel has going on, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like a Nintendo Cinematic Universe? Because the thing that made me think about that is because you know how F-Zero and Star Fox are like interconnected, right?
Yeah.
Because they have like that one dude who like is based off of like Fox's dad or whatever.
Yeah.
And then yeah. So like would they be able to like make some kind of cinematic universe like they have for Marvel and like they're trying to do for DC? I mean they kind of already are doing that with Smash. But
Yeah, that's what I was
like-
gonna say. Like, if they were to do it, it would eventually end up into them fighting each other in Smash, or like going into the subspace emissary and then doing that'd be pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I don't think that they would like have to rehash like the already used storylines of like
Well, I
Subspace or
mean,
whatever.
yeah,
But I just and I also don't mean like like fighting like I feel like that would be like that wouldn't be very creative for them to just be like, all right, everybody's just gonna fight in a smash type thing. I think it would be a lot better just to
but
have
like
things,
with an actual story.
yeah, and not crazy like. You guys watch the superhero like shows like the Arrow and the Flash and stuff,
Yeah.
and those are like interconnected, right?
Yeah, they are.
But not like hugely.
No,
Like,
they just like kind of like a few characters just cross over sometimes, and then they have like one week where they do like a huge crossover event. But like most of the time, they don't really interact with each other. They're just on their own, and then they go to each other a few times. I think
right,
that's how
like
they kind of would do it.
like they would just have their own separate like kind of storylines.
Yeah,
Like that's exactly how I think it would work.
they just have their own storyline unless like they needed one of these characters from a different franchise, then they would bring them in. But if they don't need them, then they would just be doing their own thing.
And then they would also have to keep in mind like not to make things too crazy. Like keep like putting F-Zero, Metroid, Star Fox, and all of those in the same universe. That makes sense. They're all
Yeah.
kind of like spacey type things, and like
Yeah.
Kirby even probably.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that
then
could work.
like you don't want to add like Pokemon in there because that doesn't
Yeah.
because the whole Pokemon world is like what is that just one planet or whatever, and then it's just like I mean you would have to be careful.
Yeah, you'd have to choose, like, you'd really just have to pick and choose which franchises could work well together, like, in going in, like, a universe together, like, and eventually crossing over with each other. Like, because, like you said, you don't really see Pokemon crossing over with, like, Star Fox or Metroid.
Yeah, that doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah, unless they do something like, if they were to do that with anime and not with movie, then maybe you could see it happening, but you don't really see it happening in live action.
Well, I mean, I don't think I would see Pokemon in live action.
Well,
So.
yeah, you wouldn't see that live action anyway, but I mean, they tried to do Dragon Ball Z live action. That didn't really work out either. But just,
But those were people though. They're not like hundreds of animals that they
yeah,
would have to try to practically or CG make.
yeah, I guess you're right. But I mean, nowadays, like the companies really know how to do CG well for animals, like
I guess.
Rocket Raccoon, how he looked in.
Well, yeah, but like those are from like already existing animals. Like we know what they look like in real
Yeah.
life. It's not like we don't know what Pikachu looks like. Well, maybe Pikachu because like the Pokemon, Pokemon tournament things look really realistic. Like a lot of those
Yeah.
characters. But like take like I don't know like a Garchomp or something. Like it looks
Yeah,
like a
I guess.
dragon kinda, but it's
Yeah.
like it's kind of not a dragon. It's kind of like a I don't know.
Yeah,
Like that'd be hard.
Chris, do you want to say anything about any of this?
About any of that, I mean, like, I would, I'd be into it once it becomes a mainstream thing, because
Like when
as we all
everyone's like,
know,
"Oh, this is a good thing."
yeah. But I mean, like, you guys are the Nintendo guys. Like, I don't really connect much with these characters. Like, right now I'm starting to play Pokemon Emerald on my phone, another
Right.
thing on the emulator. No, but yeah, I mean, you guys are the ones
I mean,
who should be happy about this. I mean,
yeah,
they're not coming out
I
with the
guess.
PlayStation Land anytime soon. So,
I guess, but that's just because
but they are
they're
making
not
movies,
expanding into it.
which is
Yeah,
good.
they're making movies like the Sly Cooper movie and the Ratchet and Clank movies
Ratchet and Clank,
and
And probably the Last of Us
Uncharted.
movie.
Yeah,
The
they'll
Last of
probably
Us
do a
movie,
Last of Us movie. The
Uncharted,
Assassin's Creed. I mean, I guess Assassin's Creed really isn't just PlayStation, but just video
third
game
party.
movies in general. Like they're starting to do a lot now.
Yeah, well, video game movies are historically not good,
Yeah,
so
historically
we'll
they're
see how
not
that
good, but
goes. There's that new Hitman movie too.
right. I mean,
Did
the
that do
Hitman
well?
movie that they did, yeah, I heard it. Like people, like critics, like they said that it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like amazing that they said, but they said that it was decent.
Was it good in the way of like acting, or was it good in the way like Transformers is good in like action wise?
I think it's more towards the Transformers thing.
I don't think anyone thinks Transformers is good.
I think people think Transformers is good
You're
because
breaking me here.
it was breaking his heart, man. No, but I think people think of Transformers like how Hitman was because like the action was really cool. You know,
I
because
guess.
Michael Bay.
I think the one thing that I heard about Hitman was that it's was trying too hard to be like a Bourne Legacy type thing,
Yeah,
but just like it was like a worse version of it,
yeah.
you know?
But I mean, like they didn't really hate it, but it wasn't that good.
I get yeah. So I mean, one other thing that we kind of already talked about in one of our older podcasts that Nintendo is going to be doing, of course, is the mobile gaming stuff. I mean, we already talked about that. So if you want to see our other podcasts that we talked about Nintendo specifically and mobile gaming, although we talked about mobile gaming in general, but for the most part, you know, we kind of focus on Nintendo since that was kind of the new thing that we were learning about at that time. You
Yeah.
can go ahead and check that out. But mobile is another thing that they're probably going to be expanding quite heavily into. I mean,
Yeah.
Pokemon Go more than likely is going to be a pretty good success. So
And then there's their first mobile game that's coming out in a couple months, I think. I don't remember when. It's the Me one. I don't
Miitomo.
remember. Yeah, Miitomo.
I mean, that's probably going to do well in Japan.
Yeah, probably only Japan though, because it looks like it's targeted towards them.
I mean, it's probably only going to come out in Japan.
Probably. I don't
Do you
know.
think so?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I don't think that they would bother translating it
Yeah, I
because
don't think-
nobody's
Oh,
really
yeah.
nobody's going to get that here. Nobody
Yeah.
really cares about that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's all we got to talk about this week.
Yeah.
For the most part.
All right. Don't forget to leave a comment and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have any suggestions, or if you guys want to give us any topics that you want us to talk about, you can also leave them in the comments, and we'll go ahead and try to cover some of those topics if we can. Because I mean, we can only come up with so much. I mean, there's a lot of creative topics out there that we might not be able to think of. So if you have anything that you might want us to talk about, go ahead and let us know.
Yep.
All right. See you guys
And
next
see
time.
you guys.
See ya.